Sorry, that was a burp.
Just came out.
Welcome back, BVB Army, to our channel, BVB Army Hearts to Hearts. I am Ruth, aka Blackbird.
And I'm Nicole, aka Nine.
The roles have been switched, BVB Army.
Oh, the turntables.
I can't talk. This sucks. I feel your pain.
Literally, you guys, if you didn't check out our very first video that we did of the Phantom Tomorrow, she dressed up as Nine and I did Blackbird, and I know her pain all too much of the not being able to speak or laugh.
All the above.
Yeah. It's challenging, but it's so worth it for the look.
Is it though? Because I just Yes, BVB Army, you have probably seen the title and our looks. We are finally diving into the Phantom Tomorrow issue 2 by Blackfield Brides. Again, we have made a video of issue 1 last year, actually around this time, if I remember correctly. Yeah, I think it was roughly around the same time, honestly. I know, right?
I literally our timing is so ironically funny.
But
I think you're 100% correct.
Honestly, because I was just thinking about the other day, I'm like, we did issue 1 roughly around the same time, January or end of February. So I'm just like, yeah, whoa. But I just want to say, I love Nicole's look of Nine and stuff. I think her look is way cooler than mine. I just love it.
No, dude, your look is so, honestly, I love your Blackbird look. You did way better than I did, and I love so basically what's going on with her face here, you guys, it's so cool because it looks like spider webs, and I really love it.
It does look like spider webs. It's just leftover cheesecloth that I just dirty up underneath and on top and just put liquid latex and have it dangling and stuff. It's like I could still feel my skin. It's not like intense. Like I was thinking of doing what you did, the bandages and stuff, but I'm like, the cheesecloth, that could work too. And it's breathable.
Well, I think it worked 100% and it looks awesome because it really gives it like that spooky vibe to it too, which I love.
I mean, I just say it's for Nicole to wear a bald cap right now and to go from head to toe, fully on, going out with this Nine look.
Thank you. I must say, I was getting a lot of Spawn vibes when looking at the comic and creating this look. I was like, I love this.
But we are excited to finally dive into issue 2 of the Phantom Tomorrow. Once again, spoiler alerts for any fans who are still waiting for their issue 2. I am sorry.
I am sorry too. We will discuss this. We will get into it. Don't you worry.
Because my pettiness wants to ooze out and vomit out and explode so much right now. Like, you have no idea how much petty I have for this company, Incendium.
Yeah, it's coming, you guys. We're going to discuss the comic first, and then we are going to dive in with pettiness of Incendium.
Well, let's first talk about this beautiful story of the Phantom Tomorrow, issue 2, right here. There's a lovely baby. So, I have to ask, Nicole, would you like to share your experience with getting issue 2? Because I feel like you just have the worst luck of getting BVB merch shipped to you.
I know, and it's true, too. I have this huge streak of bad luck, you guys. So for my comic book, obviously, Incendium took ages to just even get it sent out. But of course, that was supposed to get sent out in May when I was living at my old place. I recently moved and I put in a forwarding address and everything. So technically the comic book should have gotten forwarded, but it didn't. It got delivered to the old address and I was panicking. But of course I couldn't go to the house because it literally got delivered on New Year's Eve. So I was like, oh my God. So I want to say 2 days after New Year's, I went ahead and my husband and I drove down to our old place, knocked on the door because I just thought maybe by chance they'll have it or something like that. Yeah, she said she returned it to sender. So I was like, okay. So I had to get a hold of Incendium because I thought, oh my God, please, can they send me out a new one? But I was so worried they'd have me like pay for a new one. Thankfully they didn't, but it didn't matter anyway. They didn't need to send me out one because it looks like when the lady had it returned to sender, the mail carrier realized they made a mistake and they ended up forwarding it to my new address, and my mom got it, so I was able to get the comic book. It was stressful though. It was very stressful.
I was literally texting her because I think I got mine towards the end of December and stuff. And I'm like, great. I don't know. It was like November or December. I got it. And I'm like, oh, we can make a video. And Nicole told me I haven't gotten mine. I'm like, oh God.
Yeah, bad times, not fun. This like only makes the 20th time with BVB merch getting delivered very strangely. I have to jump through hoops to get my merch, you guys.
But hey,
unfortunately,
we both have it. It's beautiful. It's going to go right next to our issue 1. What number do you have?
I have number 14 of 2000.
I have 39 of 2000.
I love that it tells us the number though. And once again, I can't get over this delicious cover.
The cover is really cool. I know when they first promoted the cover, I thought it looked so freaking cool, and it does look freaking cool with Blackbird right there with the foil reflection fabric or material it is made of. So
Blackbird looks so freaking cool. Like, look at these claws that are just on his hands, and the fact that he's got like this really long hair. Like, I'm just saying, it reminds me of the Crow. I'm just saying.
We're here to discuss the little continuation from issue 1 to issue 2. What is happening right now is particularly with Blackbird and Nine. So again, spoiler alert, particularly to all the fans who are still waiting for their issue 2 to come in. I am sorry. I really hope it does come in soon. And it breaks my heart. Sorry. Pettiness wants to come out. Pettiness wants to come out so bad, Nicole. I don't know how much I can hold her.
That's okay. You know, if we end up breaking, we break.
Okay, cool. Because I'm gonna break so bad.
We're gonna be going back and forth here, you guys. Back and forth.
I guess let's just dive into issue 2 of this plot line and the continuation.
Once again, as you said, spoiler alerts, but it's basically about Blackbird. From the first issue, he crawled out from Field of Bones.
Dennis!
And,
yes.
And now this is basically, he's back in reality again. He's back in what normal people like we
he's
call
back in
Earth,
the world.
you know?
He's back in Earth. Back in the world.
Exactly. And it's actually pretty interesting because he ends up like helping this little boy who was getting held up by the cops. And this little boy actually leads him to, I want to say like the sanctuary type place, because he recognizes the sinner mark that he has, that cross on his chest. So that's where he leads him to, because he says there's a bunch of other people just like him.
And before we get into more of that, like, it does tell us on the off page like what happens in the first issue, then it continues on to the second issue, where we do see Dennis, aka Blackbird, arriving to the world. He's very confuzzled, doesn't know what's happening, what is reality, what is fantasy, and everything. But that's where he meets the boy. But I don't know if you saw, of course you saw this, Nicole. Police officers are there. They don't know what's going on. They see Dennis as a threat, so they try shooting him. But then it doesn't really show, but Dennis has like this light or something. I don't even know. A torch? Because like it says, well, it is a torch. Never mind, it is a torch. He is holding a torch. Sorry, I just saw that.
Okay, I just now saw, for some reason when I first read it, I literally thought that his hand just turned into a flame ball like Dragon Ball
Dennis
Z.
is actually holding a torch while the officers are attacking him, and he's using that as, I guess you could say, as a weapon.
Basically as a weapon, but it's really strange because even if he is using that as a weapon, he does talk about like that center mark that he has, how it burns and everything. But I feel like, as he kind of put it, it burns him with like passion and fuel enough to make him stronger than human.
But right here, before he takes the boy and them kind of escape from the police officers, he brings up his torch to one of the police officers. And he's like, just someone who's seen the truth and is trying to make the wrong thing right here. Why don't you take a look for yourself? And the officer's like, what is this thing? Why is it showing me no, I don't want to see that. I don't want to see it. Make it stop it. Like that torch is it again. I don't know if it's a weapon, a tool. There you go, to help them see the sinner see their ugly truth of reality of their own sins. I don't know. I thought that was cool.
And I'm glad that you brought that up, because I agree with you. It is cool. And I'm wondering the same thing. I don't know if it's exactly the torch or if it's just something that he has, because that power, I'm pretty sure he just has like, if it's not the torch, then it's like he has this ability to look at others and see their truths while other people see like the false storytellings in their heads. And it kind of like, it really brings me back to like The Crow, because in The Crow, Eric has this ability where he's able to like touch people, and it gives him the visions of all the truths that they hold in their memories.
I remember that. Yes.
Yeah, so like that's like something that Blackbird has. It's very similar without the touching though. Yeah, that's the vibes that it really gives me. So I definitely feel once again that this comic book is Crow inspired for sure.
Oh yes, I would definitely say that. So continuing on, before we get the little boy brings Dennis to, I guess, the what'd you call it, sanctuary?
I call it like a sanctuary. Yeah. I don't really like it.
Take them to the underground, to the other people there. I don't know what that place is technically called, but before then, we can see back in the Fields of Bone era, the realm, Nine is leaving to get Dennis back into that, and he's put someone in charge who looks like this. I don't know who that person is, but when I read that part, I'm truth be told, I'm sorry, but it goes there. My mind's like, okay, who is this person? Is that Fear from Wretched and Divine?
Ooh, actually,
I'm just saying.
Very well.
I know there's no confirmation yet of the Phantom Tomorrow era universe connected to Wretched and Divine, but that's where my head always goes.
No, and I honestly, I agree. I feel like it's definitely got inspired concepts from Wretched and Divine. So making that Fear would actually be, it would be spot on to me.
Unclear, but it's really cool. Whoever you put in charge is in charge of the Fields of Bone. And then obviously, I'm sorry, I just have to say, I know Nine is a villain, but I really love his badassness here. I mean, come on, I know. This is beautiful. This is badass right here.
Spawn vibes. I know they made Nine look so cool, and I'm just like, but he's a bad guy.
He's a bad guy. Okay, side note, I know, in the music videos and stuff of Nine, he's wearing a mask, I will say, but like, at least in the comic books, do not take this the wrong way, Andy. Please do not take this the wrong way. But every time I see Nine's face mask, whatever, at least in the comic books, it reminds me of one of those Mexican wrestlers, and not really, but
Lucha Libre.
Yeah.
See, and I could see that too.
I'm sorry, Andy. I don't know if that was what you were going for, but that's what I see.
But even, hey, Lucha Libre is still dope though.
I mean, hey, they're pretty fun and entertaining to watch, just saying.
Hell yeah, love Lucha Libre wrestling. That's like one of my favorite styles of wrestling. So let's see here. Nine, talking about how badass he is. We're basically at the part now where the little boy brings him. It's basically like a sanctuary, pretty much. It's definitely underground. It's very secret, but it's basically where all the other people who I'm assuming have escaped the Fields of Bone, and this is where they reside.
Probably because eventually, Dennis is confused. First of all, he doesn't know where he is. He doesn't know what he's doing. He doesn't know any of his people, and the boy is trying to just comfort him, but he's still confused. Which, to be fair, getting away from Fields of Bone, basically hell back to reality, I could be in the same boat with him. But then he come across this guy because the boy tells him there was someone before him too with a similar situation.
Yep, similar situation. And this place is it's where the little boy claims that other people just like him that have powers as well. Once again,
that's what it is.
Safe haven, but the little boy is not giving him any more information than that. He won't even let Dennis see the combination to get into this safe haven. So it's very top secret, this place is.
It is, but Dennis wants to know more, and then that's where we come across this guy right here who has this giant scar going right through his eye, which, correct me if I'm wrong, they never tell us the name of this character, do they?
No.
Okay, that's why I wanted to confirm, because I was like, they never tell us the name. Okay.
Nope, it's just from my understanding, we don't get the name, but it's the guy who also bears the mark.
And the guy is just telling Dennis like how this safe haven, I guess you could say, happened, this other person, just like how he was in the same boat, kind of doing negative things, sins in his past, which led him to this. And like, hang on, let me read this again, sorry. So Dennis is asking the guy, who is this one person he kept telling me about? And he's like, he's the one who started it all this. He built this place of a matter of fact. We are just like him. You could say people who went the wrong way, the wrong path, and we're all the same here. He starts mentioning this guy in the story. Dennis relates to the story just because from the first issue, it was shown what Dennis did and how we were introduced to Scarlet and how much Scarlet meant to him, and like how she's all these wonderful positive things that in a way it changed him in the way. So, and that he still blames himself for what happened because he's now with her father.
And that guy knows that he's telling the truth as well, which is exactly why that guy, I feel, opens up to him and lets him know the same thing. You know, I've done terrible things myself, which led him to being in the exact same situation.
And he's almost in a way encouraged Dennis like not to give up. Like, you could still save Scarlet. Like, just because you've sinned, you could still save her. You could still make right from your wrong.
And that's when we get into like this next part where Nine is literally exactly where Dennis and that little boy was, because Nine, once again, he's meeting up with the cops and he's trying to get the cops to tell him where the man with the torch is.
All the time. I do like, this is completely side note, I like how particularly just for Nine, his speech bubbles are red.
Oh, I do love that, honestly. I thought that was pretty creative there. Really enjoyed that. I love comic books.
So we know who he is. He keeps demanding the police officer, and the police officer finally tells him, but this is Nine. He's a nice person. He's mean. And so I don't know exactly what happens, but to me, it kind of looks like Nine just has a power to suck out the soul or energy out of these people.
I dig it though, but that's definitely what it seems like. Just puts his hand on them and just literally.
I mean, do you remember from the first issue there when Black Dennis was trying to escape, and then that one person like, whatever you do not let Nine touch you.
Yeah.
Because you die when he touches you, or your soul is now his.
After that scene, though, we get to this next page, and it's basically where everyone is kind of coming up to Dennis and they're kind of sharing their story with him and talking about how they all bear their own mark, just like him.
Yeah, I know. All the stories were sharing. One was a drug dealer. One was one of the persons shares like how he worked for an oil company and stuff and drilling, and then the other person said like how he worked for a devil named Franklin Ryan. And as we know from reading the first issue, that is Scarlet's father, who basically killed Dennis in the first issue. Which obviously, I guess you could say, sparked something in Dennis because he heard that name.
Exactly. And then him and this guy, they kind of talk back and forth a little bit more about how they can approach him, because Franklin has
money equals security guards. He's protected at all times.
Yeah, exactly. So this is where they're kind of discussing like, how can we get to him? They're plotting a way to reach him without being caught by his security guards.
And as far as we know, Franklin believes Dennis is completely dead. Like there is no deceased. Like he's dead, like he's deceased. So that's why the guy tells him like, you can't go to him looking like this. Hence the costume, the mask reveals his outfit, looks, and choices.
But it's cool though, because that outfit reveal, like what I really loved about that part in the comic is
he sensed something was calling from him in that safe heaven.
Yeah, and he was saying how there's a picture in his mind, or a better version of it, which he kind of turns into reality. So it's like really cool.
It says here, ever since I came down here, I don't know. I've sensed something. Like something's been calling to me. It feels familiar, but I don't know what it is. Yet there is a picture in my mind, or better yet, a version. So he's, yeah.
He talks about how, yes, this is it. I feel like it's me. And he becomes the Blackbird.
Which I found really cool, just the artwork of him putting those bandages. And I don't know if that coat was there already, but he puts the coat with the feathers on and with the hat.
So as he becomes the Blackbird, he even says, I know those words. He does state, and you'll become the Blackbird, after he's got the whole outfit on right there.
I was freaking out.
And
you'll become the Blackbird.
I know. I sung that. I didn't read it. I sung it.
I read it. I'm like, become the black. Just look up to the sky and you'll become the Blackbird.
He says, I know those words, but I've never heard them before. It's like they just exist within me.
And the kid says, the exact same guy said he set them too, and he wore the exact same costume too.
And then I think that after the kid had mentions that, Dennis goes on to say that, yes, it's like I can feel him, but there's more. And that's kind of when Dennis falls to the floor, like almost collapses.
At first, when I saw him like hurt, like get injured or something, I thought he got shot or something. But no, he just like, I don't know exactly what particular happened to him, but he's on the ground and all he can say is, I can see it. And then we see the silhouette back here. He can see all of it. Like, I'm not sure if it's particularly Nine getting into him or the guy everyone's been talking about that similarities to him that is now approaching him.
I personally think that since we know that he sees the truths and visions, I'm wondering if he's able to see the truth about what happened to the previous Blackbird. And obviously we don't know what happened to this guy. I don't know if they had died, if Nine took him out, but I think whatever it is, he's literally seen all of that in his head, and it's like so overpowering, so overbearing for him.
Was there a first Blackbird before Dennis then? Because there's talks about this other guy's similarity to Dennis, and then Dennis had the exact same words, you'll become the Blackbird, and exact same outfit and the mark of the sinner. Like everyone's now this with him feeling and seeing all of it. I'm just like, was there a previous Blackbird or some other character like that?
Yeah, and that's what I'm wondering, because okay, this probably like is so far from it, but in my head, like when you go back to like the Torch music video and you know how in there Blackbird is in the coffin and it like blows up. I mean, what that could be past Blackbird, who knows?
Hi! Up. Come say hi. Here. I know I look weird. This is a Roku intermission. Hi, Roku. You are wet. Why are you wet? Sorry. He's sorry.
Oh no, you're good.
Enjoy this Roku intermission, guys. Oh, you butt scratchies.
He's being a good boy.
Okay. No, don't lick my face. He's big. I'm telling you, he's big.
Oh. He just reminds me of Olaf.
Looky. Okay. Don't lick my face. It's liquid so you're not gonna like the taste of that. Ooh, I now have a fur baby in my background.
Something's caught his eye out the window.
Dude, that's your reflection. He literally just saw a reflection on himself on the mirror.
Yeah, sounds about right. He's maybe never seen his reflection before.
I'm sorry. He just kind of came in here.
No, you're good.
Hi, guys. Ladies and gentlemen, I have a dog now. I'm fostering care a lovable beastie boy named Roku. He's 2 years old. He's off camera right now. He has his butt against me because I'm scratching it. I do apologize.
He's just happy to be there.
My apologies. We're worried before Roku gladly came with his presence.
I was talking about probably so far from it, but I'm wondering if like the music video Torch with, closing the coffin and Blackbird being in it and it blowing up, I'm wondering, okay, is that like a representation of like past Blackbird, old Blackbird? Probably not, but it makes me curious.
Honestly, I have no idea, just like from reading, if there was a previous Blackbird, or it's kind of sorry, my mind is going to Blackbird because as we all know, Blackbird. Batman, wow. We all know that Andy loves Batman. And so I don't know, like how there's different universes or different storylines in the same universe / era of Batman. because like that new recent one, Batman Returns or Batman something. I don't even. I lost count of how many Batman movies there are.
There's so many.
So it's always like, is it different time universes, like, and everything else when it comes to this universe of Blackbird and Nine? So I'm just like, because like comic books do that. Like even in the movies, like in Marvel movies, like there's this whole big universe. Like take example, we have the Avengers and then we have X-Men. X-Men is part of the Marvel universe, but we never see a crossover whatsoever. The closest that we got in is in Deadpool.
Yeah, so that's why I'm saying like it could be like you said, like a crossover, but I don't know if it is. It's kind of just something that popped into my head since reading in here that there was a whole other Blackbird. But it does make me curious. What did Nine do? Did Nine take him out? Or did Blackbird just go into hiding? I don't know.
Or reincarnation.
So then Dennis would be the reincarnation version.
Because the previous guy that the group is talking about said the same thing, similar visions, the same mark, reincarnated into Dennis now.
So that would be crazy then, because that means that Dennis is not only Dennis, but he has a piece of the other person in him as well. Oh my God.
I'm going in with this theory. BVB Army, Chris and Andy, I'm also going on with this theory. Reincarnation is a thing in this universe with Blackbird. I'm calling it. That's my theory. That is what I'm going with.
No, I like that theory. I think that's a good one to believe in because it's the only thing that makes sense in this current moment right now with what's going on. Until we can get issue number 3, we will not know.
Because like I know in our first episode we were talking about all this reincarnation too, and how Franklin could be like a reincarnation of maybe of Nine too.
We were talking about that. I know we were discussing like whole other realms.
Yeah, other realms,
like in the Fields of Bone realm. Like what if Nine is like the more powerful, more evil version of Franklin, whereas Franklin is, or it could be like vice versa. Like maybe Franklin truly is dead and he is Nine, but maybe like he sold his soul or some weird shit and he is still able to like have that reincarnation on Earth, but maybe it's like another soul in there, someone else with a piece of Franklin.
I don't know, who knows, like it can go so many ways. I mean, we're only at issue 2, there's supposed to be 6 issues, so we can only go off what we know and read so far.
It's crazy that there's only 6 because I feel like how is this going to tell the whole story? It's 6 issues. I feel like we need more.
I don't know. Okay, let me ask you this. When you were reading this issue 2, I don't know, maybe it's about the same length as issue. I almost felt like this one went a lot faster than issue 1. Is that just me?
No, I did feel that issue number 2 was a bit shorter than the first one. I'm not saying that's a bad thing by any means.
It's just, sorry, pettiness here. Just for the amount of wait we had to wait for, the time period we had to wait for this. I mean, don't get me wrong, it was still a great read, but I'm just like, I will say it, I was disappointed and a little like miffed, like it was such a short read compared to issue 1.
Yeah, especially when you consider the fact that the whole reason for the holdup of issue 2 was due to a paper shortage and since
warehouse movement too,
but first thing they stated was the paper shortage, and they were stating that for a while, and it doesn't seem to have a lot of paper in it.
I don't know. I feel like before we really dive into there, I mean, I will say issue 2 was a great read. I really did like reading about how, okay, we saw Dennis leave the Fields of Bone era and now he's into the world back, and then obviously 9 is after him, but we do get just a tiny bit more backstory of the sinners, the marking, and obviously this previous character, maybe another Blackbird, of like he's the one who started the safe haven for all the other sinners and stuff, kind of.
Issue 2, as Ruth said, fantastic read. I personally enjoyed it because I really love how they tell the story of him becoming Blackbird and how you kind of get to see the pictures with that. It's just so mind-boggling right now when you don't have the full pieces to connect it. And I love how we really get to see more intricate design of 9 too.
That too, and obviously like we see the costume outfits inspired from the bandages and the coat he's wearing and the feathers too that he found in the place that he's at. And honestly, I will say reading 2 was a great read, but I'm just ready for issue 3, and I'm just like, sadly enough, I'm going to have to wait another year to read issue 3, and it sucks.
I feel you on that. I really do. Low key, like I'm just gonna say it. Like I already know I'm gonna order issue number 3. I know I'm gonna pre-order it. I'm
Right.
just not ready for the long ass wait.
It's truly a waiting game.
I just want to say, I know we're talking about the wait. Just want you guys to know this has nothing to do with Black Veil Bride. This is not their fault. This deals with a completely separate company known as Incendium, who just keeps, unfortunately, feeding a lot of people. I don't want to say bullshit, but I'm pretty sure it's bullshit. They really don't keep the fans updated on anything, unfortunately.
So I don't have a mug, but I do have a water bottle. Here is my pettiness / tea. As Nicole has stated, I want to specifically clarify this. Nicole and I'm pretty sure majority, like 99.9% of the BVB Army does not blame Black Veil Brides for this delay of shipment and lack of communication, to say the least, from Incendium. We do not at all hate them. We do not blame them. Who we do blame is this company, Incendium. And I have heard from the grapevine and some really good sources that, for one, Andy is not a happy camper about this, for one, okay? He doesn't like the fact that these comic books are getting delayed. I'm sure the rest of Black Veil Brides are not happy about this, because this was supposed to be a huge thing for their album, The Phantom Tomorrow, and to get more backstory and details of these characters from this universe. We were all excited when we heard about the comic books and stuff, that there were going to be 6 and that the first issue was pre-order. Obviously, yeah, we gave them more money, and we read in the descriptions and it was going to be shipped later on. And I want to say the first issue was like on pre-order, what, the year 2020, COVID pandemic year?
Maybe I don't
post-COVID.
No, I think it was post-COVID that the first issue was up for pre-order.
So we have that. So I would like to say they got a pass for first issue just because the world was settling back to how things were and everything. And like, obviously a lot of shipment was delayed for many things. And so I feel like most people gave them a pass for issue 1 for saying sorry for the delay. Paper worldwide is short, which I truly believe, because I'm a teacher, and at that time period, paper shortage was a thing. Even at my schools, like, we had to wait for books and textbooks, even just plain paper for art, because there was a paper shortage. So I truly give them that. I believed that at that point, because I was having the same issues at work too.
Well, because I was gonna say, I definitely, now that I'm thinking about it more, I think it was most definitely post-COVID, because they put up the pre-order in 2021, but it was supposed to come much earlier. If I'm not mistaken, it was supposed to like pretty much like be sent out when the Phantom Tomorrow album dropped. But I think you're right. I think that's when the paper shortage, something happened. So it did end up going up for pre-order, like I think a month.
You know what?
Around November. It was probably in November that it came out. November, December.
I'm going to look up on their website right now.
It wasn't too much longer though after the CD. And we all got like the issue 1 within, I think, end of December, January?
Something like that, because we filmed the first issue around the same time here at the end of January, beginning of April. I mean, yeah, February, not April. Wow, my months are everywhere now. So I'm going to their site right now, typing in Black Veil Brides. So first issue, where is it? There. It's sold out. Great. But
even though it's sold out on their website, just so you guys know, they are selling it in stores at places.
Which I haven't yet checked my local comic book store, so I can't really verify that, but it was announced that. So this was out in 2021, and it says here, if you look on their website, it was going to be shipped around October 2021.
Yeah, so then we pre-ordered in October then, September or October.
I think it was September, roughly a couple months before October, thinking, great, we'll have it for Spooky Month. And Cole and I were pumped to do that for an episode for a show for Spooky Month. Didn't happen, obviously.
Yeah, no, we ended up getting that literally, as I said, probably January
or the end of December for the lucky ones. So, and then, we were happy to get it. Finally, I know a lot of fans were relieved. And then a couple months later, I want to say maybe March,
they already had, I was gonna say issue number 2 was already available for pre-order in like February or March,
and it states here on their website, ships May 2022. Ships May 2022.
Nah, fam. It shipped late December 2022.
Some fans got lucky to get theirs actually shipped on Halloween. Okay.
And the reason for that is they literally just decided to up and move warehouses. But here's the issue with that. I don't mind if they needed to, change warehouses. That's completely fine. What's not okay is not at all sending all the fans that pre-ordered an email letting them know what is going on and that they can either get a refund or if they're willing to wait a little bit longer. They didn't update anyone. There were no emails. There was nothing.
Us fans, customers who ordered these comic books, obviously we were annoyed with the waiting game. I'm still pissed about it. That I have sent out, and other fans on Twitter have also sent out emails to customer service asking them, hey, we need an update on when this is going to get shipped. It's this month already. You were setting on this site. It's going to be shipped in May. It's now October. It's now December. Where is it? That's where most fans got the same response saying about the warehouse movement, how they're backlogged and how they're getting to it. First, it was a paper shortage and stuff. And I'm here like, okay. And they did. And so it wasn't until they offer refunds. If you sent the company an email about it, they said, I'm sorry for the wait. If you want to receive a refund, we understand. The fact that we, the customers who gave them our money, have to reach out to them and ask them, where the fuck is our comic book? And then they offer us a refund when we reach out to them, not the other way around.
Yeah, I would like to point out that the entire time that I've, been alive and I've ordered stuff, I've never dealt with a company that has been like that. Every company that has had issues with their merch, they've always reached out to me. I've never had to reach out to the company first.
Same here. And same goes to their social media platforms. Incendium has a Twitter. Incendium has an Instagram. They have not ever made a post or a statement saying, we apologize for the delay of the Phantom Tomorrow Blackbird Brides issue comic books due to these reasons. They have never put a statement up. I have ordered stuff from internationally, from indie companies to big companies where there is a shipping delay. They send out an email or a warning like, due to overcrowding or due to a lot of demand or due to a lot of orders, shipping will take around this time of month. They update you. Companies who have ordered update you with, like Nicola said, like delays or something else is going on. And even so, I've seen companies on their social media platforms put statements out too. Incendium has not.
It's hard because, we still have about 3, 4, 5. We have about 4 more issues to go. And we don't even know if we're going to even get the third one this year. It probably could be the end of the year.
Okay. So
I feel like
third issue is up for pre-order as of right now. Guess when it says shipping will be? December 2022. We're in 2023.
2023, no one shipped it. And that's the thing is if they had their together, we would probably already have like issue 4 or 5 right now. We would. And the other thing that Incendium did is for the fans that were constantly reaching out, trying to get an answer from them, anytime they did updates on Twitter, they would turn everything off, like all responses and comments. That way no fans could write them.
I'm going to be so petty here, but it's a fact that when Incendium on their Instagram posted that they were going to release the first issue out in comic book stores, they purposely turned off the comments for we could not respond and ask where the is issue 2. And I'm just like, they are aware of this. They are aware that the army is so frustrated and annoyed with them. Some were pissed. Like I was pissed, honestly, because we love Blackbird Brides. We do anything that we can to support them. We were so excited that these comic books were coming out to put more into detail and depth of this whole universe and these characters. We're excited. Don't get me wrong, we're still excited, but the fact of the matter is they're making us play this ridiculous waiting game, lack of communication. And you know what? What's even worse about the comic books? The figurine of Blackbird. Those fans ordered it in 2021. It is now 2023. There has been no update whatsoever on the figurine. I am so sorry to all those fans who ordered one of the figurine and they've gotten no response, no updated, nothing to where that figurine is. At most, you can get a refund back.
I was gonna say, my heart goes out to you guys too. I almost pre-ordered the action figure myself. I really wanted it, but it was kind of one of those, money issues. So I preferred, I got the comic, and it's almost like I'm actually really glad I didn't pre-order the action figure, because I'd be in the same boat as you guys. And it's not fair for you guys to have to keep waiting without any answers to what is going on with this action figure.
And I am truly so heartbroken and honestly mad for Andy. Andy created this Blackbird figure, this character. And to get exciting news, like this character he created is going to be an action figure, which I'm sure he was so happy that it was going to happen, that this company was willing to make it a reality. The fact that I don't even know Andy even has a figurine himself, like even a prototype. I have no idea. But just the fact that it's not even out, he probably doesn't have it. I'm sure he's miffed about it.
First of all, Incendium, how dare you?
This is all I'm giving you, Incendium. You're getting all of my pity. There's gotten to a point where I've literally tweeted this out in Instagram and like, we should just start spamming them every single day to get everyone their comic book and the figurine, an answer for the figurine. I've seen fans on Twitter asking if anyone's received update. Fans have reached out to me asking me if I know anything. I unfortunately don't. I'm in the same boat with you guys when it comes to these comic books and the figurines. I haven't ordered the figurine, but again, my heart goes out to the fans who did. And I'm sure, and I don't blame any fans who got a refund on the figurine, because this wait over 2 years now, it's been ridiculous.
They should not at all be putting out pre-order the next issue when not everyone has even gotten the first or second issue.
I was so mad.
They should not do a pre-order unless everyone has it.
I was so mad when they didn't even start shipping issue 2, and then they decided, oh, let's put issue 3 for pre-order. I'm here like, so you're telling me that you think I'm going to pre-order issue 3 when I haven't even received issue 2? No. I'm done with this waiting game.
Yeah, Ruth and I were in Ohio when they put that statement out, and she literally had to like freaking tackle me in the bed because I was about to grab my phone and freaking pre-order it. Thank you for stopping me, because I didn't even have issue 2.
I was scolding her so bad. I'm like, do not do it. Yes, I literally told her among the same lines here, like, it will still be there. It will be there. It will not sell out. Do you think it's going to sell out with this ridiculous waiting game they've been playing with us? It's still there. It's still up for pre-order. I also want to state, like, I don't know if this was a mistake on their end. I haven't seen it, but like one of our friends from the Army too, she only ordered 1 comic book. She got 2 of them by mistake.
How does that happen?
I mean, it could be a glitch or something.
Someone else's order.
That too, I don't know. Could have been a glitch on the technology side. So who knows what have happened back then. But the fact of the matter is, I have met and talked to some fans on social media, still haven't received their first issue, and are still waiting for their second issue.
I'm pretty sure, and as we all know, issue number 3 is up for pre-order, even though it's supposed to ship in December of 2022. You just wait. Probably in the next month or 2, they're going to talk about pre-ordering issue number 4, and no one's even received number 3.
Look, I'm not, I want to state, I'm not hating on any fans. I understand completely. If you pre-order issue 3, okay, great. I'm happy for you. I'm really am. I get it. You still, I'm like Nicole said, I'm probably going to do it down the road too. As of right now, no, because I'm so tired of this waiting game. I have told this to Nicole and everyone else on social media that I will most likely order issue 3 when I see it getting shipped and fans getting it.
And I feel like I'm in that same boat with you, Ruth. As much as it's taking a lot to hold myself back to not hit that pre-order button, because I won't lie, y'all, that cover looks so
I mean, the cover is amazing. Don't get me wrong. I love the artists behind all of these amazing artwork, which I feel so mad for the artists too, because the artist put so much work on these drawings, these everything, and that the fact that it's getting delayed for us fans to see the artwork and the covers, just everything, the story. And I'm just like, this is unfair to obviously Andy, the artist, the writers, everyone who put their work into these comic books for this company to play this waiting game with us.
But here's something that I don't think we've looked into, and it does make me curious, because you guys, when you do order these comic books, they do show on the back other band comics that you can order as well. It makes me wonder, are they dealing with the same issue, or is their stuff getting pushed out just fine? It makes me wonder.
That is a fair question. I will state that I've been noticing, especially when it comes to Incendium, they do a couple posts actually, I'm going to be brutal. From my point of view, for what I've seen from Incendium social media platforms, especially on Instagram, they don't really promote this comic book whatsoever. They promote their other ones. This one barely gets any promotion whatsoever. Like, they didn't even promote the issue 3 getting pre-ordered or anything. No promotion whatsoever. It was us fans that had to notify other fans, hey, issue 3 is up right now. I am mad. I am frustrated. I am pissed. All the pettiness is like oozing out of me and stuff right now. And I like, again, just stately clear this. I repeat, do not blame Blackville Brides whatsoever for this shit, because I'm sure if it was under their control, boom, 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 we would get it by now.
Incendium, they just need to get their together, because it's absolutely ridiculous. And I that's something that I was noticing too, is they don't promote the Fandom Tomorrow at all. I think the only time they ever promoted it was the very, very first issue, where you could get like the enamel pin and you can get the action figure. But beyond that, I don't know. It's like they're done with us fans, bullshit of constantly attacking them. But I'm sorry, we need answers. We do. We can't just sit here in silence and be like, okay, take our money and just never give us our
very unprofessional that the lack of communication with them or customer support, whatever, telling us any updates. It's just, it's non-existent. I mean, if they were able to give us a consistent communications, like, we're apologizing for the delay, the issues are because of this or that, different story, we would somewhat have, okay, at least they gave us an update, at least they tell us what's going on, at least they made a statement. The matter fact that they haven't done any of that,
they don't reach out to any fans about anything at all. They didn't do it with issue 1, the action figure. They're not doing it with issue 2, and they're definitely not doing it with issue 3. It's like they don't care.
It really feels like that, like they don't care about us fans who we're here to support Blackville Brides, giving this company our money for these amazing comic books and the beautiful artwork and stories, the storyline. And the fact that we have to be in this waiting game for like a year basically for each comic book is ridiculous, honestly. Like, I'm so over it.
It's unfair.
It's very unfair. It's unfair to us fans. It's very unfair to, obviously, Blackville Brides, Andy, for one, collaborating with these writers and the artists to get his vision out for us fans to read and understand more of this concept and universe he has created. Like, we have story by Andy Biersack, written by Michael, artist Austin, colors by Charlie, lettering by, I mean, there's so many people who go into one comic book. Just saying.
Incendium has let all of them down. They've let all of us fans down. They've let Blackville Brides down. I've never seen a more unprofessional company.
Like, here I was with issue number 1, like, okay, I gave them a pass because post-COVID world was getting back to normal. And now I'm just like, this is so dumb. This is so ridiculous. I've had it. I don't know what else to say, that I'm just so annoyed with them. I feel bad for Blackville Brides. I'm so sorry, Andy, Jinx, Jake, CC, Lonnie, that this whole universe that you guys all collaborated for the Phantom Tomorrow and for these characters to get developed, that they're slowly making their way out.
For what it's worth, we do just want to let Blackville Brides know that the story itself is absolutely phenomenal. We dig the first issue, we dig the second, we even dig the action figure and the enamel pen that came with it. We're just really upset, with the company itself.
The pen's cool. I will say that the pen's really cool. That one I did get.
The pen is awesome. That thing is so dope. I love how big it is.
It's so big. I need to put it back on my beanie. I took it off because I was cleaning my beanie.
I'm gonna laugh really hard if, like, when we go to pre-order issue number 3 and we're like banned from ordering.
The doubts of Incendium even knowing the shows exist, how much promotion we have put in for issue 1 and now somewhat for issue 2, 3 and stuff. I'll be surprised if anyone in the company is like, dude, have you heard of this channel called BVB Army Heartstars? They're totally shitting on us. Yeah, because you deserve it.
I mean, if Incendium does get their shit together and they start pushing out the rest of the comics and it all goes smoothly, fantastic. That's great. But then you guys got to get working on the action figure, because honestly, that's where the big question lies.
Like, to all those fans who have ordered an action figure and it's still waiting, please let us know if you got any updates through email when you ask, because the fact that it was supposed to come out roughly the same time issue 1, and it's now 2023. It was supposed to come out in 2021. Seriously, I could be completely wrong here. Again, the chances of Incendium watching this, okay. But I'm here thinking, just kind of going back to what you said, like for the other collaborations, I think it even says here, isn't Evanescence? Yeah, Evanescence has their own.
Yeah, so does Disturbed, if I'm not mistaken.
But again, I don't know if these other comic books are having the same issues of getting shipped out delayed and stuff, but I don't know. I'm just thinking, like, are they not? God, I hate saying this though. I really do, but makes me feel like they're not putting Blackbird Brides as a priority anymore. It's just kind of whatever.
You took the words right out of my mouth. And for any fan that does order more than just Black Veil Brides off of Incendium, if you are a fan of Disturbed, Evanescence, or any of the other bands that are throwing out comic books and you've ordered them, let us know if those have been coming to you guys on time or if it's been the same issue.
I do know that I think this company, I'm not confirmed, but I'm like 80% positive about this, that they had a limited edition. Have you ever heard of that classic, I guess you could call it horror movie, An American Werewolf in London? Yes,
I love that movie. Yes, I've seen it. I've
Perfect.
seen that movie.
Thank you.
Love that movie.
I think they did a limited edition figurine of that werewolf from that movie, and someone that we know and who's part of the army got the figurine and actually got it. Like, it was a decent, shipping waiting time. Yeah. She got the figurine. So I'm just like, okay, so you guys were able to do this whole cool thing from that movie of the werewolf figurine and got that shipped out. But Blackbird?
Yeah, so that's what I'm very confused about. Like, I feel this company, it's not only screwing over the fans of Black Veil Brides, they're screwing over the band itself. And it's not fair to the band. It's really not. This is beyond ridiculous on this company's behalf.
Nicole and I have both said we eventually down the road we will order issue 3, and same goes for the rest, because we are loyal fans to Black Veil Brides. We want to support them as much as we can, and honestly, we're already invested in the storyline and we need to continue it. So there's that.
But Incendium, don't think we won't blast you again if something goes wrong with issue 3.
If we get issue 3 and you're still pulling on the same, yeah.
We had high hopes. Those have obviously dropped. There could still be a little bit of hope for the figurine and for the rest of the issues, but I wouldn't put it past me. I wouldn't.
If by some miracle they get their together and actually do what a business does and inform their customers who is paying for them and stuff of certain items, delays or stuff, great. All the pettiness will slowly disappear. But until then, the pettiness is going to build and build and build and build and build and build until I had enough.
And it's not just us two that are angry. There are so many angry fans right now. And you all have every right to be livid at this.
I have spoken to many fans and I've rescreened screenshots of their long message to them, to the email Incendium, and you know what Incendium just gives them? The same short response. Sorry, warehouse move. Sorry, back order. Sorry, here's a refund if you want a refund. They give no straight answers of whatsoever.
They don't, but like, that's what bothers me is it's like, as we've already stated, but it's got to be stated again. Why do we have to be the ones to reach out? They should have been the ones to reach out to us about the warehouse move, and they should have given us the option that it's either we can continue to wait or we can get a refund, but they didn't.
I'm not kidding, BVB Army. We just need to every single day. One of us, a group of us, has to spam them every single day on all social media platforms until we at least get an update on the figurine for one. That needs to be high priority as of right now, the figurine. And at least if everyone has gotten issue 2, literally, that is my last words. It's here for Incendium. But all of that pettiness being said,
now that we can, do cool down mode.
Yes, cool down mode. Somewhat of, like, I would say 70% of the pettiness has been out of my system now. Thank you for dealing with my pettiness, guys. Again, this was a good read. The artwork is phenomenal. The storyline is phenomenal. I am a really big fan of how the artwork and outfit is for 9. Wonderful cover, as we said. It's beautiful. I'm honestly cannot wait for issue 3. for another decade. I cannot wait. Again, great read. It does. Andy, who has help with the writer, does a phenomenal job with the storyline. And I honestly cannot wait for 3, 4, and 5, and 6 eventually.
For any fans that do have issue number 2 and you guys have read it, we cannot wait to hear your guys' theories. If you have it, you should like jot it down in the comments below, like what your theories are for Blackbird and Nine
on it and stuff. Did you catch anything in the artwork that we didn't catch? Honestly, for issue 3, what I'm hoping for when eventually, did I mention eventually? Yeah, eventually when we do get it, that I really want to know. Okay, obviously, because we know what's going on with Dennis and Nine already right now with issue 2, but I really want to know what's going on with Franklin and Scarlet.
Ooh, and I'm wondering if that is something we are going to get in issue number 3. And I've only seen the cover like twice, but to me, issue number 3, the cover looks almost like it's 9 on
maybe it's
cover.
9 backstory, which I'm not against it, but I'm just really curious since Dennis has been into the field of bones and then he's back into reality and then Nine's after him. And then Dennis has now this Blackbird persona going on. Meanwhile, what is going on with Franklin and Scarlet?
Nope, I agree. We need to get more in depth on Franklin and Scarlet, but backstory on Nine is also going to be cool too. Hoping we're going to get all of that here soon. It's just hard to say since, we don't know what each comic is going to hold for us.
Also, side note, I failed to mention this. In issue 1, I know Fields of Bone, Blackbird, and Scarlet Cross were mentioned from the Phantom Tomorrow album songs.
Mm-hmm.
Issue 2, Blackbird again. Just look up to the sky and you'll become the Blackbird. Sorry. I'll live for that song. I don't know if Fields of Bone was really a I guess it was a reference.
I would say it was.
Torch.
Mm-hmm. So that means, Scarlet Cross, Blackbird, Fields of Bone, and Torch. 4 of the...
With the cover album, what issue 3? Feel the Hero.
I know.
Yeah. I love that song. And just with that cover, I'm like, Dennis is the hero. Kill the hero. Yeah, I feel like it is good. There's like going to be a dialogue with the red speech bubble of mine. It's time to kill the hero or something like that. I don't know.
I know. There's going to be something. And that is something that I have really loved about these comics is how they literally like putting like the song titles in with sentences. I am adoring that.
I know. As soon as I saw the Blackbird, I started freaking out. I'm like, yes.
Literally, I won't lie. When I read that part, instantly thought of you.
I looked at my tattoo.
I'm like, definitely approves.
I approve. So thank you for doing that. Hey, BVB Army. So for today's fan shout out with our lovely pettiness and going over the comic book. I'm sorry. I do apologize for our pettiness. There was a lot accumulating. Anyway, but for today's fan shout out actually goes to this wonderful fan in the Army who I've somewhat recently discovered. And oh my God, she's so sweet. Her name goes by Morgan. You probably have seen her on Twitter. She has a TikTok and Instagram. As of right now, she has kind of a split hairstyle going on, one black and red, I believe, not 100% sure. But she's been a huge fan of Blackfoot Brides. She's been to Tunisia Territory. And not only does, obviously, she supports Blackfoot Brides, but she also supports the Army too. She has followed me on my TikTok. When I launched out my Blackfoot Bride stickers, she literally ordered 2 of everything. And I'm just like, girl, what? And she was so sweet enough to even DM me telling me that she even gave the second set of stickers to the guys when she went to the concert. I'm like, you didn't have to. And like, again, she's so sweet because she not only did that, but she also follows every news about Blackfoot Brides and try to support them and, kind of claps back at the haters and stuff about certain things. Bruno. But, and you could tell she's a big Blackfoot Brides fan. Nicole, I think you may have a competitor because she has an amazing Blackfoot Brides tattoo sleeve going on right now. I think it's part Phantom Tomorrow and then Wretched the Divine. To have that cool sleeve going on and just shows you how much this band means to her and how much she supports it. So again, Morgan, fan shout out goes to you. You can find her all over social media links down in the description below. So go give her a follow.
Her tattoo is sick, you guys. Really amazing work. All right, BVB Army. Thank you so much for tuning in to today's episode where we discussed The Phantom Tomorrow, issue number 2. thank you for letting us banter about Incendium. Honestly, as Ruth said, we've been holding that in for a long time, and it needed to be said. And I think we speak on behalf of a lot of the BVB Army with this as well. So, thank you for listening to today's episode. For anyone who doesn't know, we are officially on TikTok. You can go ahead and give us a follow on there. We do post every single week little snippets of our episodes, and we are officially on all streaming platforms as well. Other than that, BVB Army, we will see you next time.
See you next time, and we have guests coming on next time.
Surprises.